Hey everybody, Steve here again, as usual, in my messy room. To give you the long and the short of the tank atomizer for the Ego. Now, how this works, we have a tank of liquid, just like this, and inside the atomizer there is a little, like a 4-gauge needle-ish thing, or maybe even something like, anyway, with a meshing material in it, and the coil. The way I understand it, it might just be the coil right in there. Who knows? It has 2 slots on the side for airflow, which, are from the bottom of the atomizer as usual. And there's also, I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up, right about there, there's a little slashes cut into it for a little extra airflow. Because unlike the regular cone for the Tornado Ego Riva thing, gets the airflow from around the cartomizer, atomizer, or whatever you put in it, and the airflow comes down. This one takes all from the bottom. Now, I might even show you, side-by-side comparison in a little bit. Now, what happens is liquid drips into the little needle thing, and it drips down. And you know how the rest of it works. If you been vaping for a little bit or have any idea on e-cigs. Now, it can also work on other devices if you have adapters or even a regular 510 battery. I believe it should work, no problem. If you want to try it on a big battery mod, unless the connection sticks out quite far, to get around the skirt, you can either cut it off or do something like this, with an adapter. However, I do not recommend it at any real high voltage. I mean, one person says you could use, or one of the vendors say you could use it about 4 volts. Anything higher than that, nasty. And I tried it at 6 volts. Yeah, nasty. But works great at 3.7. Now, about these. Now, some people swear, but it works great. When I first got it, I must say I was not impressed. Only because I'd started getting burnt taste. Some people are like, no, I don't get that at all. I got it. So, and naturally I kept using it because, crap, these aren't really as cheap as cartomizers. So I was determined to make it work. Now, it was working. Flavor wasn't that great, but it was working. And yesterday, I was like, it's it's getting a burnt taste because liquid's not draining into it as quickly. Now, what I did is I put my thumb completely over the bottom hole, wrapped my finger around the band right here, gave it a good draw, and I heard and felt a little gurgle. So that told me the liquid went down into it. Then just released the bottom and to keep the liquid flowing. And since then, the flavor has improved, but it's still not like what I have been using. But right now, I've recently come into contact with some strong flavored juices, and but I'm not big on like overly fruity flavor, very sweet flavors. But those came through no problem on this. I mean, it works. I'm not gonna sit here and take a 5-minute draw like freaking Grim Green, but I mean, it works. A nice, cool vapor. Even though you'll feel the cone atomizer thingy get hot, but the vapor will always stay nice and cool. I mean, some people like it, some people don't. It works. I got mine from Clouds of Vapor. A lot of vendors I've seen are getting them as well. So if you're, I mean, you're probably your trusted vendor that you go to for 99% of your stuff. Most of them are going to have it. So, honestly, while I'm home, I don't foresee this being an everyday thing because of the lack of, the flavor isn't as out there. It has improved as, I started to break it in and whatnot, but it's still not like the other stuff. Now, for out and about, I think it would be freaking great because this holds a mil of liquid. As you could, I mean, I've vaped it quite a bit, but yeah, but that's me. Yeah, and out and about, this would be great. Here at home, when I usually vape more, or in the car, it would be even better because I don't know about you, but I'm not gonna go. Never mind. Forget it. I'm not gonna go into that. But yeah, I think this is a great new thing. These tank things have been, coming out everywhere. People are making their own. You have the GG has their feeding system, which was one of the first feeding systems. One of, not the first. I'm not sure. That's where I'm leaving it. But this being the start of 2011, and we're starting to really get into the feeding systems and such, I like where this community is going. Some people in the community are douchebags, that's always the case. But I'm not naming names. So, the majority ruling is this is great for out and about. I would recommend it. I started to recommend it, then it wasn't performing as well. But yeah, I would recommend this, especially for a noob. This way he doesn't have to go through the pain in the ass of packing carts or the learning curve with dripping. These very little maintenance, and it surprisingly, to change flavors wasn't that long. I mean, sometimes some people have the everlasting, atomizer, where there's 20 different flavors and God knows what else. And people know what I'm talking about. The one atomizer they use for dripping, they just blow it out every little bit, but they'll still get some crossover. There's almost little to no crossover with this. I've changed liquids in this one in particular 4 times, and within like 2 drags I taste that other flavor. And now that it's broken in, definitely gonna be great. But for those subtle flavors, I think this wouldn't be your thing. If you like very muted flavors, and especially jumping up to high voltage using very light flavors or something, I don't know. Subtle flavors aren't this for this platform. Okay, this is going long. So yeah, the tank atomizer. This will work on your Riva. This will work on your regular tornado, ego, tropical depression, inferno thing. it'll work on all of them. And it'll work on pretty much every 3.7 device if you have adapters or something get past that skirt. Yes, you must get under the skirt. Or to make it work. Alright. See you on the forums. Newvapor.com. They have a nice video chat. Check them out. A lot of good information there. So yeah. This is Steve, Refeicul, not Refeicul, like some people have been saying. Refeicul, or just Steve, or that guy. See you on the forums. Happy vaping. It's going to be, of course, of the